The Somnus System, the boss sleep system. Hey guys, welcome back to another Minecraft video with me. Today we are looking at the Somnus Sleep System once again. I'm going to be showing off three things in this video, or kind of three parts. The first are kind of the basic scoreboards and the basic system layout. The second are going to be the second and third are going to be two new systems bonus features that you've never seen before. These ones include a basic sudo-dynamic armor weighted system, basically meaning each armor piece is kind of assigned a generic value and has a weight. So the heavier an armor piece is, well, the harder and the more tired it is when you run. The other is foot protection or boot protection. Basically, the better boot you're wearing, well, the further you can walk without getting tired. So yeah, let's crack right on with it. So these are some of the basic scoreboard setups. So these create all the scoreboards. I did not put it in a command combiner because I figured it would be easier to explain like this. So we'll take, for example, the wooden shovel. It basically creates a dummy objective for the wooden shovel, and over here it's basically adding, well, it detects when you've used a wooden shovel 20 times with a stat dot whatever, and once you've used it 20 times, it'll add 2 to a sleep level score. And the sleep level score is basically what I showed up top here before, and that is basically everything impacts that score. It's how tired you are. So if you have a score of 0, you're not tired at all. 200, you're exceedingly tired. You're passing out and hallucinating. So everything impacts that score. That is the general idea of the system. Everything here is to either increase or decrease that score, or to affect you based on what that score is. Pretty simple. And the rest of these are all going to follow the same general pattern, at least these simple ones. So it detects if you've used a wooden shovel 20 times, adds 2 to your sleep level score, and then sets your wooden shovel back to 0 so that it'll detect when you use it another 20 times. Basically, this could have been done with modular arithmetic, but I decided this was a bit easier to explain, and I knew how to do it. So that's why I did it that way. And this is the same general thing for everything, from how far you've climbed to use of every single tool, and so on and so forth. So even playtime and other things, that jumping, horse riding, things you might not even think are affected, like swimming or fishing rods. There are a few things that are slightly different than all the rest, so some that actually decrease your sleep score. So using a fishing rod actually relaxes you and kind of, makes you less tired. The other one is time since death. Basically, if you haven't died after like 30,000 ticks, I believe this is measured in, then, it takes off 6. So, yeah, you can actually, just by not dying, you'll passively kind of slowly decrease. So if you AFK, you can actually decrease a little bit. So yeah, pretty cool. And that's pretty basic system. So now on to the new bonus features. Alright, so this is the boots protection system, something you've never seen before. It's a bonus feature. And basically, if you wear something like leather boots, you can walk further, or even diamond boots, even further, without getting as tired compared to, say, no boots. So the first step with doing this is detecting if you're not wearing any boots at all. So basically, it detects if you're wearing every single type of boot. So if you're wearing leather, then it'll power this and unpower that torch. So it'll basically set your no boot score to 1. I know I got this backwards. I know that one should be 0 and that one would be 1. Basically, if you're wearing leather boots, it'll basically set a scoreboard saying, oh, he has boots on, thus he can't have no boots, and so on and so forth. So if any of these detect that I'm wearing leather, chain, gold, diamond, iron, then it'll set the no boots score to 1 or 0, whichever one corresponds to say, hey, he's actually wearing boots. If none of these pistons are powered, leaving this unpowered, meaning it's not detecting you're wearing any of the boots, it'll power this torch and set the no boots to 0, which I know is backwards, but yeah. And so then it'll say, hey, he's not wearing any of the types that I'm looking for, so thus he has to be not wearing any boots. If it actually detects that you're not wearing any boots, it'll wait till you've walked 5,500 centimeters, I believe, or maybe it's meters, I don't know. And then it'll basically add 2 to your sleep level score, basically how tired you are, and then reset it. If you're wearing, say, leather boots, so let's go ahead and put on leather boots. It's now detecting it, so you can see it's constantly pulsing that. Let's see if we can find it. I believe it's every 10,000 I set it to. Yeah, every 10,000 it'll set it back to 0. And yeah, it's pretty simple. It'll add 1 to your sleep level. And it increases every time, so I believe it is chain is every 20,000, iron is every 30,000. Gold is better than iron in this. It's every 40,000, and diamond every 50,000. So that is super simple. This last one here is the armor system, the weighted armor system right here. So if we go ahead and look at it, basically it assigns an arbitrary weight score to every armor piece except for boots, because we already covered the boots in the other system. So if I put on a diamond chestplate, for example, it added 6 to my armor score. So this is kind of a cumulative score about how heavy all the armor the player is wearing at the current time. So if we wear pants, it's a total of 12. If we put on a helmet, it's a total of 17. Again, boots do not impact it. So, how this works, you can see it's detecting and wearing all 3 of the diamond stuff. I basically assigned a dummy score, armor. And basically, if it detects I'm wearing a diamond chestplate, it'll add 6. Once it detects I'm no longer wearing a diamond chestplate, it'll remove 6 again. Thus, you can basically have a kind of pseudo-dynamic score there about like what you're wearing, and it changes per completely random different sets, so you can mix and match however you like. That's the kind of beauty in this. Iron is the second most heaviest, and then diamond, gold, chain, and and leather, I believe, is the order. Yeah, so it's pretty simple. Things like well, the leather leggings are 2, chain or the leather chestplate is 2, and the leather helmet is 1. And then the equivalent, so like a chain helmet, which is 2, is the same weight as a leather chestplate. So it's like weird dynamic stuff that I calculated. Anyways, it works all together, and once it detects you're wearing that score, it basically detects how far you've sprinted with it. So this only affects sprinting. I should keep that in mind. And the boots only affected walking. So if you have an armor score of between 16 and 17, so that's if you're wearing basically full diamond or almost there, then every 10,000 blocks you sprint, or maybe it's centimeters, it'll add 1. And then reset it to 0. If it's a little less than that, it's every 35,000, so on and so forth, until you're not wearing any armor at all, and then it'll be every 100,000. So it's better to wear no armor if you want to be less tired. So that's kind of how that works. It's a really neat system. It's pretty obvious, and it's really, really cool. I hope you guys enjoyed. Stay tuned for my newest videos on the Somnus Sleep System, and I'll see you all next time.